Dear users of Reddit, am I wrong for refusing to sit at the kids' table after my aunt announced a big donation?
At Aunt's annual holiday dinner, everyone sat down to eat except me. My aunt had just announced a $10,000 donation to our local school, but her public gesture felt like an uncomfortable spotlight. It was supposed to be a joyous evening at Aunt's annual holiday dinner. The dining hall was bustling, tables were set up with an array of delicious dishes, and the air was thick with familial warmth. My aunt, greeted us all with a wide smile as we took our seats around the long table. Everyone chatted animatedly about their plans for the upcoming year, but the atmosphere turned tense when Aunt cleared her throat dramatically just before dessert. She had been known for her generous donations, often surprising us with unexpected gifts throughout the year. Now it seemed like another grand gesture was on the horizon. Everyone, she began, her eyes twinkling with pride, I wanted to share some exciting news. Her gaze landed directly on me and I could feel the weight of their collective attention. The room fell silent, every pair of eyes fixed on mine. People started shifting uncomfortably in their seats, sensing the tension building up. My cousin leaned over to whisper something into Aunt's ear, causing her to giggle and nod slightly. But now there was a hint of mischief in her expression. Would you sit through such public embarrassment or walk away instead? She asked softly, glancing at me with a knowing look. I knew what was coming next, the implication that my refusal might make things worse. No, I said firmly, my voice steady despite the pressure. This feels like an attempt to guilt me into accepting the money or to make a spectacle of me. It wasn't meant to be private, so why does it need to be public? My tone left little room for negotiation, and the room visibly deflated under the weight of my rejection. Aunt looked taken aback but quickly composed herself. You're right, she admitted reluctantly. Let's keep this between us from now on. Despite her words, though, the damage was done. The other guests exchanged uncomfortable looks, murmurs filling the space where laughter used to be. One uncle chimed in awkwardly, trying to smooth things over. After all, it's not every day someone gets a donation in their name. Another aunt nodded in agreement, adding, maybe let's change the subject, let's talk about those new shoes. But no one could shake off the lingering discomfort. The rest of the dinner felt strained, everyone walking on eggshells around me. During the meal, a few guests kept casting sidelong glances towards me, their faces betraying unease. Finally, after the main course, Anne excused herself to go check on something, leaving behind a noticeable hush among the remaining diners. Just then, a distant murmur reached my ears, a low, disapproving comment directed at Aunt by another relative who clearly disagreed with how the situation played out. By the end of the evening, even the normally jovial Aunt seemed subdued, avoiding eye contact as we filed out together. Would you have stayed quiet or would you have pushed back too?